Yeah, guys, welcome back to the channel. This is
Get into it.
down. G'day guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now, since our last clip, this peanut is earning too much money. He's gone and bought himself a new truck. We've got at the back there. And now, before we go camping for Easter, we're going to set up with the 12-volt system. Talk us through, mate. What are we doing?
First of all, I have no money.
Because you bought a big truck.
Got a Ford Ranger. We'll do a walkthrough later, but there's very little information, and I've been searching YouTube, everything for ideas on how I want to set it up. But unless you want to put a pair of drawers in, which I don't because of weight and space.
I've got it.
Yeah, you've got it, which works well.
Yeah.
But I didn't want it because we only camp part time.
Yeah.
I still want space to lend your lawnmower or your whippersnipper.
Most of my stuff.
Or I've still got your wheelbarrow here, but Roger. So I still wanted space in the back of the truck. So I still want to put a fridge slide in, like my last one. And then I was thinking of using that back area behind the fridge slide in that back corner as a 12-volt workstation that is out of the way and is probably realistic for how many times we go camping.
Yeah, so in that box you're going to put a lithium battery,
Yeah.
battery box, your inverter,
I've got an
chuck in
inverter,
there, and your 12-volt board, I suppose. What do you call it?
It's a control hub.
So we'll install all that. We'll do a little bit of a step-by-step. Won't go too far into it, but we'll show you how we do it.
Let's do it. I wanted to make some strength out of the box that I was making, and I noticed on a lot of other clips people using 12mm plywood and just screwing it together, which I thought wouldn't have much strength in it. So I went to Bunnings. This is 25 by 25mm aluminium tubing. You can get all these fittings with it. You can put it together and you can make whatever box or cube or whatever you want. This is what we've built. Up on the back with the fridge slide at the front. This will be a headboard where we can put the control hub, and this will be our workspace. But you can see this is strong as, and this will hold a lot of weight, and it won't collapse if you're going over corrugated roads or anything like that. So that's the plan. Moment of truth. So now all the marine ply has been cut to shape. Goldie's now just putting on some carpet for us. And then we can start putting it all together. We'll start wiring this up now. We need to get cable down to the starter battery. I've got a thick gauge, it's 8mm. I've also got in the conduit ignition wire. I've just drilled out a hole here and we'll run it through and underneath the vehicle. Just cleaning up the front end of the truck and soldering in a 40 amp inline fuse to the positive. Oh, it's not pretty, but it'll work. Okay, so next step is the ignition wire. that we have to hook up into my control hub, which has a DC-DC charger. Any new model trucks has a smart alternator, so you'll need to wire up an ignition wire to outsmart the alternator. I've opened up my fuse box and I'm just trying to find a fuse that I won't use, and you've got to make sure that there's no voltage coming through that fuse when the truck is off, and then when you turn on the truck you get 12 volts. Okay, I hope you can hear me. I've got the engine on and we need to check the same fuse outlet that we had before to see if we're getting any output while the engine's on. And we do, 13.7 volts. That means this will be appropriate for me to put the ignition wire through this fuse and run it out to the DC-DC charger in the control hub. Let's do that. Just a quick look. Inline fuse, positive, negative, and then that's that little fuse for the ignition wire. That's what it looks like. But I'll clean it all up and then we'll work on the back. All right, now the install. I haven't screwed that in yet, but I was thinking of maybe some tie down points for my battery, and my battery will sit there, just to try and reduce the amount of holes I have to drill into my tub. I don't really want to do that. But this line comes in from the front, and then we'll bring it up in between here and we'll pop it out. I just got to measure up where I can put this control hub, and we'll start mounting, and then we'll start building the rest of the plywood around it that we've carpeted. There's the kick-ass control hub up. I found it really easy to just crimp the positive and negative, but the ignition wire is so thin, I've stripped it right back and folded up on top of each other, and then I'm just going to solder it in. I think that'll be the easiest way. If you try and crimp that, it's just not going to take. Alrighty, nearly done. But I just wanted to run through what I've done inside this box before I put the last panel up. I'll run through the individual items. First one is the battery, 120 amp hour lithium from Kings. Got it on special for $3.99. Look, people still rag out Kings. I don't know why. That was 10, 12 years ago, rightly so. But mate, they're bringing out some good products now, and there's some really good feedback on the lithium batteries. Connected to that is my kick-ass control hub, and I've connected the battery up with a 40 amp inline fuse, and the things coming out of that control hub so far, as you can see, is lead coming out to an Anderson plug for my fridge, and I've also just started doing an LED strip. I've chosen amber for the mosquitoes. While I'm still up there, a kick-ass battery monitor with a shunt, and the shunt I've put onto the battery. And I've just put the temperature gauge just here, just underneath the tie downs. Now on the tie downs, I'm really happy with putting this in. It's solid, and it just stops me from putting more holes into the tub, which I didn't really want to do. But this thing's solid. This thing is not moving anywhere. Then I have the 1500 watt Kings inverter. Again, all the wiring is going to be under the box, so it's going to be nice and neat. And I've done 150 amp hour inline fuse for that. And that's a goer. That's probably all I'm going to do for it right now. I think I'll put I'll cut a hole out of this panel here and put some hinges on it. So maybe I can just have a door just to store some, I don't know, some ropes or an air compressor, I'm thinking. in here because there's plenty of space that I can utilise. So I might put a door on there, and that's about it so far. I'm going to keep going. Well, that's it. Ranger is now decked out. Took about 4 days, but she's all done. 12 volt setup is all done. This is the new Ranger, and this is the setup. I really like it. I like the workspace here, and everything's nice and compact. Like I said before, I didn't want to take a lot of space. I didn't want drawers, but everything that I need is in here and easily accessible. Got the fridge slide in. I kept that fridge slide from my old truck. And then I've got heaps of room here to pack for camping, or again, lend Goldie's lawnmower or anything like that. There's still plenty of room for this to be a truck, and then plenty of room for when I go camping. But I like it. I didn't go into all the detail of wiring up or all my connections, but if there's any questions, please note it down, and I can be more specific if you need, but it's just a real generic setup on my idea of what I wanted in the back of my Ranger tub. Anyway, I hope you like it. If you've got any questions, just send it through, and please support Goldie and myself with a subscribe. All right, thanks guys. We'll see you around the fire.